Welcome to 3D Sounds, super excited. I'm Marcel and
I'm Libby, and this video we are talking all about our audio gear.
Yeah, but before we get into it, first off, thank you so much for over 500 new subscribers here on our YouTube channel in the last 30 days.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's pretty amazing, and it shows us that you are really interested into field recording, traveling, maybe creating sound libraries, because this is what Libby and I are doing. We're traveling almost 5 years around the world.
Yeah, and we should mention that this video is not sponsored. It's just us talking about our gear and what we love about it.
I think, without further ado,
let's get into it.
Yes! Let's just start with the Zoom F6. So what do I like about it? It's not only my holy grail that I'm using the most of all of my equipment. You know, I'm recording all my sounds that I use the microphones with the F6. It is very light. I can put it on a belt if I want. I can use all 6 channels if I want to, if I had to. I can record in 32-bit now. What clipping makes like impossible, you know, but always keep in mind, if you have a microphone with a lesser SPL, then you can always clip. The recorder is currently $650 US. If people ask me for batteries, I'm using the Lada by IKEA. You know, you can buy 4 for only $6 and they last me, when I have 2 microphones on it, about 4.5 hours non-stop. If you're one of the people who like to do overnight recordings, or you know, you work on set, I highly recommend you using power banks, because then you can power up the machine 8 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, depending on what kind of power bank you use. I also have a bag. If you have watched my previous videos, then you will always see this bag. So this is the K-Tech bag that is specially made for the Zoom F6. It is small. What I don't have the cover, but you can actually get this at B&H for $10. The bag alone is $99, and I already talked with K-Tech, and they are right now in the process of creating a new bag, what is very exciting. So what is my most used microphone that I'm using right now? And this is the Wildtronics Parabolic microphone. Before I show you the dish, you see there is that wombat on here. This is actually customized. It's a DIY, and I really think it has a huge improvement to the recordings, because without this, and if you would order this on Wildtronics and you want to get an extra wind protection, then it is this. In my experience, it is not enough. Together with the DIY, it is great. So I did a lot of tests in wind situation, and this is really great. So what is the Wildtronics Parabolic microphone? This one that I have is a stereo mono set. So that means we have 2 180-degree facing stereo microphones left and right. And then we also have one in the back for the parabolic shield. And if you travel a lot, I highly recommend you getting the parabolic dish that is foldable, because he has 2 versions, like a thick one, but you can't fold it, and then the foldable. So it's really great. This is amazing. There's a little downside. When I record, I mostly use my Manfrotto tripod, so I put it up, and if I don't do this and I do handheld, then I have to be very careful that I don't move around too much, because you will hear some handling noises in the recordings if you move around. But if you're quiet enough, or you're very still and just hold it like this, it's totally cool. You don't have any handling noise. Also the weight, it is not too heavy. I can hold it like this for 10 minutes, no problems. Let's talk about the price. So it comes as this unit plus the parabolic dish, and it's about $950 US. If you want a secondary windscreen, this is $40 US. I bought this for $50 US. This is the price for all. Okay, so before I move on to the equipment that I have, I also would like to mention that I had another great microphone from Wildtronics, and it's the SAM. It's like a stereo array microphone. It's a huge box, And yeah, what happened is that it flew together with me into the Iberian Peninsula in Lisbon, and then the wind blew the microphone in the water. I jumped behind, and then it was just too slippery, and I was just in the water. See, everything is wet, everything. I think the microphone is dead. You know, it's kind of dangerous, so they had to rescue me with 5 people, so they built like a human ladder, and then I could finally get out of the water together with the microphone. But the problem was that salt water starts to corrode at one point. We knew that. After 2 weeks, it started to completely fail, and I shipped it back to the United States. It took about 1.5 months, Spanish post. This microphone, fantastic for room tone, ambience, has incredible sound quality. It costs about $1,000. It has an inbuilt heater, it has its own gain control, so it is a fantastic microphone that you get to a very reasonable price. If I have like something negative to say about it, but there's nothing you can do, because if you want this stereo field, the box has to be that big. You know, I had to buy a new suitcase for it. Yeah, I hope to be reunited very soon with it. So I was actually pretty surprised about how many people ask me about headphones, and I don't want to make a secret about it. I'm using the Sony MDR 7506, so this industry standard. They are very robust. Besides the audio quality, I don't have big ears, so I can just have all my ears. I have both, I have 2 ears, and I can fit them in here. I know a lot of people using headphones that are sitting on ear. I can't stand that because it really hurts my ears. So this is great. I use them for editing, so not only if I'm out, so if I edit the sounds. But you see there's a different cable here, right? And this is something that I didn't like about the headphones, is the cables that are like a spiral, and I always have knots, and then I can't get them out. They're hanging together with other cables. So one of the cable actually hung out of the car, and the back wheel ripped off one part of the cable, so we cut it up here in this part, and then we sold up a new one, what is now a long cable, and now it's perfect. It's perfect. I totally recommend these headphones. Now you have a good microphone and you have a good recorder. Now what do you need? You need a good cable, right? So I'm using Mogami Gold XLR cables. They have the Neutrik, and this one is 6 feet. I have 5 of them. Never had any issues since I bought it, and they fly around in the bag. You know, I drop them here. Sometimes I step on it. No issues. So if you're wondering what cable I'm using, Neutrik and Mogami Gold. The price is about $50, so it's not cheap, and the more feet you want, the higher the price. Now let's talk about the Lohm products that I have. Lohm is a small company, great company in Bratislava. Jonas, he and his team, they creating very special microphones, sometimes a little bit out of the box, like the new Geophone that he just created. And I ordered, so I'm waiting for this. Now I want to show you what I have. So I have a pair of Uji Pros and Uji Pro Micro. The Uji Pro is about 120 euro. If you want to get it with the Bubble Bee, it's another 40 euros. If you want to get a pair of magnets that are very useful, they're about 12 euros. And they come with Neutrik. The cable has a great size. They're very sensitive, so be aware if you want to record in loud environment, you might reconsider. These are great microphones that I use mostly for ambience because they're omnidirectional and stealth recordings. The only difference that I have on the Uji Micro is the windjammer, and I don't have magnets for that. Then I go straight into the Presor. This is fantastic if you want to record electromagnetic fields, you know, you go over light. Or some electric cables. Fantastic for sound design. We included the Presor in our video that we made in Lisbon, and then you can see the Presor in action. I also have some videos about it on my Instagram account, so if you go to @3DOSounds on Instagram, you can find tons of videos including the Presor. So I really love the Lohm products, and if you're a sound designer if you are a field recorder, you should really consider getting a pair into your bag. Somebody is going to arrest me because my sounds are going to be too good. And I'm always excited about new products that he's going to bring out in the future. Now let's move on to the next pair of equipment I have. And these are the DPA 4060. So we have the DPAs that are about $1,000 right now. And then we have the Uji Micro, they're about 110 euro. So there's a fraction of the price. These are still one of my favorite microphones. When I started out recording sounds a little bit later, I bought them. What I love about them is not only the size and the sound quality, I experience that when I record sounds, for example, in a bus. The windows are closed and the bus goes over curbs or it goes over potholes. I have no problems recording the sound of this vroom. I can't record the sound, for example, with the Wildtronics or also not with the Uji Pro. For some reason, the sound gets distorted by the pressure. DPA has no problems with that. I get a really clean audio. I use it if I want to record the sound of a driving tuk-tuk, or on the motorbikes you can hide them very close to an exhaust. So if it's getting really, really loud, this is my set for that. Contact microphone. Probably one of my favorite microphones that I have right now is the AKG Z411PP. We have a whole video dedicated from Hong Kong, and you can really see and listen to the power of this tiny, tiny microphone. It is just fantastic if you want to record vibrations or clickety-clack sounds without any like ambience around. You know, if you have an instrument, you put it on an instrument. That is what it's originally made for, but it is also great for field recording. The price is about 160, 170 US dollar. To be honest, every single dollar spent on that, totally worth it. It is not waterproof. Currently I don't have hydrophones. I normally have, but I lost them all. Every sound designer, every field recorder should have at least one contact microphone in their kit. See, I have this lavalier here and I use it with the Zoom F1. So I really like the Zoom F1 for several reasons. Not only the audio quality is great, it is also a field recorder. Because what you can do is you can actually take off this part, and what you do is you have the Zoom H6, for example, or you just buy this part. You can just attach it right here and then you can start recording sounds. I use it also for stealth recording as well. So what I do is clip on the XY adapter, and then coming to my next equipment right now is the Soundman OKM Rock Studio, what is a binaural headset. So I'm put it in here, put this up in here, and then into the Zoom, what gives me a perfect little kit for stealth recording in airports, airplanes, markets. You can just put it here on the side, you have the headphones in, and nobody ever would recognize you recording audio. The downside is the price. So the one that I have is about 350 euro, but you can get cheaper ones and you can't monitor while recording. For example, with the Rolands that I had many years ago, you can listen to the recordings immediately. But the sound quality is great, so nothing against that. Price is quite high. If you want to buy the Zoom F1 with the lavalier, it's about $170, $160. I think that's a great little setup. This is the recorder that I bought after the Zoom H1 when I started out. So the whole website, everything was built by using the Zoom H6. So not only I love the quality, I also love the Zoom H6 because what happened after I bought it. If you want to start out recording sounds, this is your recorder. You know, you have 4 XLRs. If you want to expand to other microphones, you can attach different heads to it with other microphones. It actually comes with another MS microphone head, where I think it's still a little too noisy for me. So the Zoom H6 is always my secret weapon. As I said, for starters, right now, $330 US. It is already a little old, it's like 5-6 years old. So I wish that Zoom maybe brings out a new version of the H6. So that might be really exciting to see. So just to keep on talking about Zoom, because I have a lot of Zoom products, we have the Zoom F8N. To be honest, since I have the Zoom F6, I don't use it at all anymore. It's a great recorder, it's about $1,000, but you know, it comes with 8 XLR inputs. The quality is fantastic for the price, what you get. I traveled with it all across the world. We went together through jungles, cities, rain, everything. I turn this thing on and it runs no problem. So, you know, 24-bit, now everybody is talking about 32-bit. I have a 32-bit. Maybe Zoom brings out an 8-channel recorder with 32-bit pretty soon. So I would probably not buy it again because of the innovation. I promise you it's the last Zoom product that I show you. It's the Zoom H3 VR. As you can see, small, handy, it's like a 4-capsule for ambisonic sound. What I love about it, everything is already decoded. So what you do is you turn it on and then you can decide how do you want to record it, you know, MBX, FUMA, stereo or binaural. I heard a lot of people like the binaural in this one. I record mostly in MBX, so I created already a huge library. Here, if you click right there, you can jump over to my Ambisonic VR sound library. This is a great recorder if you want to start with ambisonic sound. The price is about $250 US. Now let's talk about Deity, young company from LA. Hey Andrew and Vincent, I'm using the S-Mic 2S. So now what I do is if I want to record a door, right, or I want to record clicks, that's when I use this microphone. It's also great for voiceovers. And then for Libby we have for the camera another microphone, and this is the V-Mic D3 Pro. But let me just tell you one thing about the experience we made when filming outside using, for example, the Rode. You know, like this is the older one that we had in the past. If you are a vlogger or you are a person who likes to do videos, and we experience if we put up a microphone, people are more cautious, they have more questions. Then we said, you know, let's try all this thing what we're doing just without having a microphone on top of the camera. Nobody asked because most people think you're just taking a photo or, you know, you don't look so professional. So sometimes it is in certain situations, it is better to look more amateur. So just be aware of that.
Haha, you're still here.
We can see you. And that's really awesome that you
watched all of this video.
Amazing.
And if you happen to have any questions that we didn't answer.
And also, Libby is a videographer and she's the one who is filming and editing the videos. If you have maybe more questions and you want to see more about our video gear, just let us know in the comments down below.
And we'll make the video, right?
That is correct. So thank you so much for watching and we hope we see you soon in our next video.
Ta-da!